The Supreme Court by Lisa Scorza. Introduction. Sometimes people think laws are unfair. Let's say you think that you should be able to go to any school you want, but the law says you can't. What do? You go to court. In court, the two sides argue about how a law should work. The court decides which side is right. When people disagree about a law, they may take their argument to court. When other courts can't answer questions about a law, the Supreme Court may get involved. The Supreme Court is the most important court in the land. The Supreme Court meets in this building in Washington, D.C. What is the Supreme Court? The people who formed our government were convinced that the power to make decisions should not belong to just one person. So they separated power into three parts or branches. One branch is the judicial branch, which is made up of our nation's courts. The courts protect our rights. They keep them safe. Each branch of our government keeps the other branches from having too much power. The Supreme Court's job is to explain the law. The court does this by deciding who is right in a case. The Supreme Court does not decide who's guilty of crimes. It only makes sure the laws are fair, honest, and legal. The words above the front door of the Supreme Court building read, "Equal justice under law." How does the Supreme Court work? The Supreme Court has 9 justices, or judges. The President of the United States picks them. The Senate then votes for or against them. The justices serve for life. These 9 justices are on the Supreme Court today. This is actually not true because this book is old. Some of the judges have changed. We've had death, so somebody else was replaced since this book. The Supreme Court meets in a special room. Lawyers from each side of the case make speeches. There is no trial. There is no jury. No witnesses take the stand. The justices are there only to hear about the law. The Supreme Court meets in this room. After the speeches, the justices talk about the case. They meet in a private room behind closed doors. All you can hear is the murmur of their voices. Then the justices vote. Months later, the court gives a decision about the case based on whether they think the law is fair. The decision is final. Only the Supreme Court can change its own decision. Justices meet once a week in a conference room to decide cases. The court only hears a few cases each year, but those cases can change the laws and our lives. One famous case changed our schools. The court had to decide if it was fair to have separate schools for black and white children. Earl Warren was Chief Justice during the case that ended separate schools for black and white children. The justices pointed to the Constitution, which said that everyone had the same rights. So the 9 justices decided that separate schools were illegal because they were not equal or fair. Conclusion: the Supreme Court has a special job. The court makes sure that our laws are fair. It makes rules and laws that work for everyone. The Supreme Court works for us all.